What is up? Welcome back to Outside the Top 25. I am your host, Rob Fox, joined as always by Dan Regester.
Two undefeated co-hosts
In?
Well, our schools.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Goddamn right. Goddamn.
Certainly not in gambling.
No. Not even. I was like, what are we undefeated in?
Um,
Maybe one of us will see the top 25. I think you have a very good shot to see the top 25
If we win this week.
to stop being talked about. Are you playing Oklahoma this week?
No, we're playing Boise.
Oh, yeah, this week for sure. And then Oklahoma's next week?
No. We don't start Big 12 play for
okay.
a while. Our first Big 12 game is actually Kansas State.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
We get K-State next week, so you'll, I guess, see the quality of K-State one way or the other.
Mizzou certainly impressed me. You know, they were so good last week. We looked kind of iffy, especially Plumlee.
Yeah.
He had 3 turnovers against Kent State. Still won by 50, but
Yeah.
Plumlee had
Was he
2 interceptions and a fumble.
Fumbles, whatever. I feel like a fumble just happens.
Yeah.
But the picks, what was he just like? Heat checking
I'm just riding for my guy Timmy McClain to eventually take over.
this year?
Yeah, by
Okay.
like game 4.
Yeah, Missouri. Brady Cook is officially the QB1 after this week. Sam Horn, just whatever.
It just seems like a classic Gus Malzahn mistake, where he has a stable of backs and then he just like is too loyal to his quarterback that isn't good.
I mean, after Cam, it really wasn't a good situation.
And he was the OC for that.
What?
He was the OC for that. It was Gene Chiswick's.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, that's right. Cam was Gene Chiswick. Who did?
But he was the offensive
who
coordinator
did?
for that national championship
I know,
team.
but who did Malzahn have when he was at Auburn? He didn't have Nix. He was before Nix.
like
right?
when they played Florida State.
Yeah.
Fuck
Oh, they
him.
had that dude because he torched Missouri. They're running like an option.
Essentially.
Yeah. Like really, they were. I mean,
I'm blanking on his name right
and
now.
but I know Trey Mason was the running back because he went insane.
2013 Auburn quarterback.
Yeah, I forget his name.
I'll pull it up right now. Nick Marshall.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Couldn't really throw
That's just a classic Gus Malzahn
Apparently.
quarterback right now, yeah.
because he couldn't throw. I mean, like
It's also infuriating because he chased out Mikey Keene last year. Mikey Keene, who's now at Fresno and torched Purdue
yeah,
last week.
yeah.
Clearly a very good quarterback. And
That's not what he wants.
he didn't want that.
Do you guys run some sort of like option situation? A lot of running, a lot of pitching.
It's just run heavy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what he likes.
I know. Loves an athlete, a
Mhm.
quarterback.
Athlete first, quarterback second.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of infuriating.
That's not what you want.
It's not great.
It's like if you're like a major league baseball pitcher was just like absolutely yoked or something, but he can't throw strikes. You're like, no, just you can be a fat piece of shit like David Wells, just throw fucking strikes.
What is it? You want to be a thrower, not a pitcher?
Yeah,
Or is it the other way around?
other way around, pitcher not a thrower.
Well, we have throwers.
Yeah, yeah,
Either way,
us too maybe. He
Let's-
loved Brady Cook.
let's get into this week.
Yeah, we have some huge news. The Iowa
Huge news.
The Iowa State Cyclones are hosting the Hawkeyes of Iowa in Ames on Saturday. And one Mr. Donald Trump is actually
We'll be in attendance.
hitting the campaign trail in Iowa
For
the
it's almost
caucus.
like he's kind of, making a play here for this state. Why is it so important? Why is Iowa so important?
Don't ask. I don't know.
It's a swing
really.
state, I get that, but like,
It's like the first one.
how many votes do they have?
No. It's just that it's the first one on the schedule for
okay.
the primaries, or it's Iowa's a caucus, not a primary, but
Is it like a spring training game?
kind of.
You're getting
You
your
could
reps
say
in?
that. He didn't win the Iowa caucus in 2016, actually.
Yeah.
Ted Cruz, I believe, won the Iowa caucus.
Ugh.
I know. And then Donald
Gross.
Trump said it was rigged, which I believe because I don't understand how Ted Cruz would beat
Would win anything.
anything.
Yeah.
but yeah, so he'll be there. And do you want to do your Donald Trump impression for this quote that he said it before, but I think applies to this game as well?
Well, you kind of ruined it there, but I said we had a quote from this game.
Oh. It's just Don. Well,
Is Don talking about this game?
I don't think he's a sports fan.
No.
He was at,
He's a golfer.
yeah,
That doesn't translate to sports fan.
he likes golf. I don't think he likes any other sport. Well, he played baseball in high school, I think.
Did he?
He did. There's like yearbook photos and stuff. I'm
Okay.
sure he lied about how good he was, but there was like like yearbook photos and shit.
Who do you think lies more about their high school like game? Donald Trump or Skip Bayless?
I mean,
Like when Skip Bayless was talking about like him playing high school basketball, I think he averaged like a point a game or something. Like less than a point a game.
how did he even? I don't even believe that Skip Bayless played high school basketball.
He's probably in better shape now than he was in high school.
You would think so. He's on stuff.
Yeah. Well, you should be. At that age, you should be on testosterone.
Okay.
I'm trying to like prolong it as long as possible to get on it
Because once you're on, right?
for the rest of your life. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't want to really touch the tea or the any of
So you really have to.
the stuff until I'm about like 45, 50.
Yeah, I need to get. I think when I'm like 45, I'm gonna go just tea, Ozempic.
You should just go on tea now
Why?
because you'll just be naturally okay. Like you'll start to get like a little definition.
I'm fine. I'm good.
You don't have to do anything.
I do. I already lift every day.
There's certain people at this set that are on tea and don't really lift. That looked fine because of the tea.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
all right. I'm
Okay.
fine.
Okay.
I feel okay.
But yeah, Don, his quote for this game: "Love the folks. The spirit is so incredible. I mean, I don't know if it's necessarily the best football, but it's very good. But boy, do they have spirit more than anybody. It's beautiful." Actually, he said this at the Army-Navy game,
Yeah,
but I think it applies here as well.
I think it applies.
Probably more so.
Even more so. Yeah, because it's not the best football, at all. And unlike Army and Navy, they don't even have an excuse for scoring hitting the under.
In fact, I had this later in the show for the Iowa State game, just this bullet point. But they had 24 points last week for Iowa against Utah State.
Yeah.
That is now behind what Brian Ferentz needed.
He's behind the 8 ball.
He is currently behind the pace.
What does he need to average a game?
So he had to score 325 points this season.
Mm-hmm.
So he now has to average over 27 points a game.
He's gone. He's gone.
He might be, especially after this game, because I do not see Iowa putting up like 20 points this game.
No.
This is like a 14-10 slugfest.
Oh my God, I can't wait. I can't fucking wait. But yeah, Don will be there. Doing God knows what. He's not going to be interested in I'm not interested in the game.
No, but
He's
he'll
not.
be received well, I imagine.
You would think.
In Iowa?
It's still a college campus, so maybe the student section.
Ames?
Maybe the student section. It's still
I
a college
don't know,
campus.
man. It's Ames.
It's still a college campus. I mean, also I will say this though: if you're an Iowa State T-shirt fan, God help you.
Yeah, dude. Pick a better life choice.
It's horrible.
Like if you don't go to Iowa State, there's no reason for you to cheer for Iowa State.
There's none.
All that Matt Campbell hype. I mean, I guess if you're Iowa State, you're kind of happy because he ain't gonna go anywhere.
Yeah,
He ain't getting no NFL job.
overshot the runway there.
Did not cash in when he was up.
No, not even close.
Perhaps we undersold Brock Purdy.
Maybe we did. Maybe it was Brock Purdy propping him up the entire fucking time.
And I know a lot of people in college, like even Iowa State fans, at a certain point, they kind of got over the Brock Purdy experience,
They didn't like it.
like by year 3 or 4.
'Cause
And
he was good. Well, I guess
because like he had like such a high ceiling, but he never really lived up to it.
there's something certainly infuriating about being good, not great, all the time.
I get that,
Yeah.
but perhaps maybe Matt Campbell's holding him back.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, obviously, Kyle Shanahan's gonna
Do something.
get
with him.
more out of a
Yeah.
quarterback than fucking Matt Campbell.
We all
but-
know I pray at the Church of Shanahan.
Yeah, we know. But yeah, Trump will be there, hating his life.
Over under which quarter he leaves by.
I think it's a solid halftime.
He probably gets
Exit.
in the booth. Maybe has an interview. Maybe not.
No fucking way. No fucking way.
It depends. What is this game on? Do you think? Is it on Fox?
Big Ten. It could be on CBS actually, because Big Ten's on CBS now.
You're right. Let's see. TV station. Because it's an early game. It's probably the biggest.
I'm sure it's
early game.
is this the most 11 a.m. ass game you've ever seen in your life? It's on Fox.
Yeah.
It's on Fox. It's at 2:30 too, which is
Mm-hmm.
asinine.
There's a possibility he gets in the booth.
Maybe. Do you want that smoke though? Like, it's not even just like getting in quote unquote in trouble, but just like he's not going to talk about the game.
Again, if he says this word for word again,
Yeah.
he has my respect. He's never really had my respect, but if he does this,
It's just his quote every game.
he has like a
Yeah.
little
I will
index
say,
card with this written on it.
He has really he's gone to a couple college football games because he was at the Natty. Was that the one that
He'll go anywhere in the middle of the country or in the south.
Yeah. Was that the one that Georgia lost? Was that the Tua game
I don't know.
that he was at?
Who could say?
Who could say? Yeah, I think Georgia's only won under the Biden administration. So I think that was the game that Tua broke Georgia's heart on.
Maybe that's why Georgia flipped blue. They're like,
Is that why Georgia went blue?
We've only won natties since
Under-
Biden's
yeah,
been in office. Yeah.
Stay in blue. Those people would vote for fucking Stalin if it meant
Oh yeah.
if it meant
If it meant a
natties
natty?
every year. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's get into the fucking games. First, actually, welcome
Welcome to the outside top 25.
TCU,
Texas Christian.
which we called
Did we?
not losing to Colorado.
We did not. We did. Honestly, we did not call Colorado at all. I think we were under. Maybe we were slightly over in the preview show for because the over under was 3.5 wins
for Colorado.
for Colorado.
That
I think
over's
we each
gonna-
predicted maybe 4 max.
Yeah.
And that could still be the case, but week 1, Dion, he won the week.
Oh, he easily won the week.
Colorado is now relevant,
Yeah.
in the conversation.
Mhm.
Whether or not they're relevant in college football right now,
Yeah.
this year, as a playoff contender, they're not. But maybe the Pac-12, which I don't even think they are, but they are relevant in the conversation of at least week 1.
Yes. Well, they're ranked. We can't talk about
And
them this
that's
week.
going to be super important because now you got eyeballs in Colorado. Dion, he's one of the only coaches where guys are going to come to Colorado to play for Dion.
Yeah.
That's like a Travis Hunter. The only reason he went to historically black college is because of Dion.
Yeah.
He was the number 1 recruit in the country.
Yeah.
And holy shit.
And also,
Dude, just give that kid the Heisman off 1 week.
did he go to play for Dion specifically because Dion would let him play both ways?
And he wants to learn from Dion. I
Okay.
imagine.
Yeah. Because, I mean, there's certain guys who will pick certain schools. You don't get a lot of two-way players in football, but
Didn't he
there's
play 126 snaps?
something insane like that, yeah. But
in
there's
the
guys.
Texas Heat?
Yeah. There's guys that'll go to schools, though, that'll pick schools not necessarily because they'll play both ways in football, because that never happens, but some schools won't let them play 2 sports. They won't let them do baseball, football, so they'll only go schools that'll let them do baseball, football.
Which is why Plumlee's at UCF.
Right. Right. But I mean, that's probably why Jameis. One of the reasons Jameis went to Florida State. You know, one of the reasons fucking.
No, I think they would have recruited Jameis regardless.
But everyone was that could have weighed in. I'm sure Alabama was in on Jameis, but
They would have let him play
you think,
baseball.
yeah, fair enough.
If
but,
it came with that, yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
Iowa's in the outside top 25.
Where they belong.
Off a win.
Yeah, that's the most Iowa shit I've ever heard. Of course they are,
Yeah.
because they look like Iowa. People just watch them play, and they were Iowa is the most maddening semi-name brand program there is. You know what I mean? For some reason, people think Iowa football, the Midwest, con. But then they watch them play, and they're
No,
like,
because Ferentz he'll reel off a 10-win season every 5 or 6 years. Compete for a Big Ten West
6,
championship.
7 years, yeah.
But he might not be there after this year with if his son can't
gotta
score
move on.
325 points.
They
What are they going to do?
Iowa?
Yeah. If you're Iowa, what are your expectations?
Higher than
They can't be. They
higher
can't
than
be.
you think.
No.
I'm not disagreeing that they should have
No.
expectations.
They are Kirk Ferentz. He built that program. They are Kirk Ferentz. Not to mention he's getting these 1, 2, 3 stars, max 3 stars, but mostly 1 and 2 stars from all over. They're finding these diamonds in the rough, and then he's converting them into NFL talent.
I'm just telling you,
He is maybe, I think we sleep on how much he can actually coach up kids.
yeah, but he can't coach a game.
Yeah, but
And now he's
can he
killing
translate
himself.
him into some type of developmental?
I don't know, but he's killing himself with nepotism.
Yeah.
I'll just say this about Iowa fans. Yeah, you probably haven't had much experience with them. I've had certainly a little more than you, just because Missouri has played Iowa in a bowl game, and then was supposed to play Iowa in a bowl game the COVID year, but half our team got COVID, so that game was canceled.
Mm-hmm.
And I pay close, you pay closer attention when you're reading the tweets, reading the message boards, stuff like that. And they're pretty delusional. They definitely, they don't think they're blue blood, but they kind of probably think they're like Wisconsin.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. They definitely have a bigger image of themselves than you would imagine Iowa to have. Okay, I know it's insane looking at it. Iowa State fans don't have that problem, but Iowa fans, they do really they're like, oh, we're state flagship. And
Well, I wonder if he's kind of setting the table right now to maybe save his son's job again, because this is as of yesterday. Kirk Ferentz is hopeful that Cade McNamara can get healthy moving forward, and that some of the playbook are off the menu due to his injury status.
Due to him not playing?
No, due to him being immobile.
Okay.
So they're like, no QB sneaks, none of that. They're
None
like,
of the fun stuff.
They're like, we're gonna limit his options so he doesn't get hurt more.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know. I just think that Iowa should just, have a little bit of
reality check.
Yeah.
They don't live there. They absolutely think they're more important than they are. It drives me insane.
I don't think they do.
They do. They understand. Or they don't understand. Like, you don't understand. They do. Anyway.
Yeah.
See you later.
So we'll talk about TCU now, Iowa now. I think we're going to talk about Colorado soon.
I don't think it's going to be this week.
Against Nebraska?
This week's going to, yeah, I don't think so.
They should win at home in Boulder.
Yeah.
Nebraska can't really score.
No.
Their offense is a mess. Defense is fine. And Colorado, they're going to be fun this year. There's a lot of people like, oh, Dion, like Colorado's back. Man, if they make a bowl game this year, that's a great year.
Oh, yeah. 6 wins is incredible.
6 wins is a great year for Colorado.
And Colorado's like the worst P5 team in the country last year.
Yeah.
So that's huge. And also, though,
it's a miracle they get to a bowl game this year.
And keep in mind,
although they had the number 1 transfer portal ranking or whatever, because they just revamped the whole team.
Hey, man.
Which is crazy, though, to get all these kids from everywhere to be a cohesive unit.
That quickly?
Yeah.
Yeah, it took Texas State way longer, but they did it.
Well, they got a new coach.
Yeah.
My boy, GJ.
Yeah. So here's what's going to happen, I think. Colorado's going to start 3-0. Right?
Yeah.
Going to beat Nebraska, obviously going to beat Colorado State.
Just ultimate hype machine.
And they are going to get absolutely butt-fucked by Oregon and USC.
Yeah. Although, as it's dying, the Pac-12, 13-0 last week.
Yeah.
Maybe the best quarterbacks in the country, easily.
Yeah, easily the best collection of quarterbacks in the country.
Obviously. You got the returning Heisman, Caleb Williams. You have Cam Rising at Utah.
Bo Nix.
Sanders at Colorado now.
Yeah.
Bo Nix. Fucking Penix at Washington. Which, by the way, dude, Washington's good. They're not Pac-12 soft. They're a legit team this year.
Yeah. The Pac-12 is the best, might be the most fun league in the country.
And they're going to beat the shit out of each other.
Yep. And everyone's going to be like, soft, gay.
And it'd be like, no, dude, you got to stay up and watch these games.
Yeah.
This is a great conference.
Honestly, it's good for all these teams that they're
leaving.
That they're going to play games not at 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'll finally get that tough nose.
People will be like, who knew? Yeah. Like we do. But yeah, Colorado's going to get ran through by Oregon and USC.
And then goodbye Duke, man. I called this on the show at UCF, the tailgate. I said Duke would cover. I thought they would lose, but damn, they put it on Clemson.
I was going to bed really early that night because I was exhausted from the weekend. But I watched the end of the first half, and I was like, ooh, man, Duke really fucked up on that. Like
the muff punt.
Needed the points.
Yeah.
No, it was they just fumbled on a drive.
Yeah.
And I was like, ooh. And then I wake up the next morning, and Clemson didn't score again.
I just knew going into the game, Duke had a better quarterback in Riley Leonard.
Yeah.
Like, I don't believe in fucking
I think
Klubnik.
we're going to be...
How the fuck is Clemson still ranked after that game?
I think we're going to be chatting about Clemson pretty
Quite
soon.
a bit.
Yeah.
Quite a bit.
Yeah.
Check it out. Dabo can't really... Dabo's not a good coach.
He had
He
great
was blessed with 2 generational quarterbacks back to back.
and 2 excellent coordinators.
A couple coordinators that could
Well, more than 2
recruit.
because he had a couple offense coordinators.
I think Chad Morris is back as like an offensive analyst in some capacity. I don't know how he goes from like one of your best OCs to now he can't even win the OC job.
Right.
He's just kind of up in the booth. I guess, a couple failed stints as a coach.
I mean, he was pretty bad at Arkansas.
He wasn't even that good at SMU.
Nah. He got the ball rolling at SMU, but it wasn't that good.
Yeah. But check it out, dude. They just don't have, like, studs anymore.
They're back to being Clemson.
They're back to just being good, not great.
Yep. They're back to being Clemson. Don't you remember from 2005 to 13, 14, it was like Clemson was highly ranked every year, and then they just shit the bed.
We'll be talking about them a lot, I think.
Yes.
Because they don't have the same D-line that we're used to.
Yeah.
They don't have, Trevor Lawrence and fucking
Deshaun Watson. But I mean, like, credit where credit's
aren't going to walk
due.
through that door.
It's not like, it's like, oh, Dabo only won because he recruited and coached these 2 glorious quarterbacks. Like, that's...
No, that was dope.
Yeah.
Like props
that
to
was
him.
him doing a good job. It's just he...
But it's like Ed O got Joe Burrow.
Right. Yeah. Well, and who was their offensive coordinator? Who was really good and immediately left because everyone wanted him?
Fuck, I'm blanking.
Yeah, whatever.
Yep.
He went to Carolina, to the NFL. But yeah, those will be fun to talk about. Can't wait to talk about Clemson. Not as excited to talk about this next part, but whatever.
Oh, how we did last week with our picks. I didn't do super hot. Went 8-7. Above 500, but you expect better. Actually, on the season, I am 500 against the spread, 10-10, but 2-0 on my money line dogs.
Look at you.
Look at me. You went 5-10 last week.
Not a
I want
great
you to
week.
apologize.
Not a great week.
Apologize to everybody at home.
I'm not apologizing to anyone. I refuse to do that.
You shouldn't.
I never will.
I want you to, but you shouldn't.
I never will.
Good. So you're 9-13 on the season against the spread, 1-1 with your money line dogs.
No big deal.
No biggie. I'm only up on you with 1 win.
I know.
But you have 3 more losses.
3 back in the loss column.
Because, each game, you can kind of pick whatever you want. Sometimes you go with the overs.
Yeah. I was trying to build a lead. I got too hot too quick.
I'm not chasing anymore.
You're not chasing. I'm chasing.
Week 2,
already.
and you're already chasing.
I'm already fucking chasing.
Week 1 to week 2, though, this is typically where teams make the biggest jump.
Yeah.
From game 1 to game 2. We're leading off with one of my favorite games this weekend.
This is going to be a blast.
On Friday.
This is my hate game.
I know.
This is literally like, fuck this game.
We got
I love this
Illinois catching 3 at Kansas. The over-under is 56.5. We still don't know if Jalen Daniels is going to play. He missed week 1, actually.
Yeah.
Jason Bean filled in. I can't believe Jason Bean's still there. Like, he's a good enough quarterback to have transferred somewhere else, but he's going to just be the backup quarterback at Kansas.
At Kansas, yeah.
Sure.
Build him a statue for just staying.
For staying, I guess?
Yeah.
No, he's been pretty. I mean, the offense isn't as explosive or dynamic with the Jalen Daniels, but he's still rock solid.
I mean,
They'll still score.
they put up points.
Yeah.
Obviously, it was Missouri State, but
And it took a little bit for the wheels to start rolling.
yeah, it did. They kind of looked like shit for a while. Let's see what the news is on Jalen Daniels. If we have any updates.
Saw game time decision still.
Okay, yeah, yes. Casey Starr yesterday, not giving me. Well, it's paywalled. Fucking shit. Whatever.
But last week,
2 days ago, it says he's set to return versus Illinois.
Okay. I read
That's from
today.
CBS Sports.
Gotcha.
Um,
Illinois narrowly avoided a season and open upset, which I called last week. I was like, Illinois is going to scrape by, but Toledo's going to cover.
Okay.
Last second field goal.
Yeah, I was watching that game.
Bert's now 3-0 in season openers. Let's go. With the
In true Burt
Illini.
fashion.
Yeah. No, that he wouldn't have wanted to win a game more than a last second field goal against Toledo, game 1. Because you win the game and then you get to like dog your boys in practice the entire week.
Yeah. No one's going to care. Look, and if you start piling up wins late into the season, no one's going to care about that squeak by Toledo week 1.
Yeah. I mean, Luke Altmaier looked pretty pedestrian. He went 18 for 26, 211 yards, but also rushed for 69 yards.
That
Nice.
sounds like a beautiful Burt line.
Mhm.
That sounds like every quarterback he had at Arkansas. And certainly every quarterback he had at Wisconsin.
You know, Tommy DeVito could sling it a little bit here last year. But maybe I think I just like Tommy DeVito because he was from Jersey and he was Italian.
Yes, that's exactly why you. That's the only.
reason I like.
This is
Tommy
why people
DeVito,
call you
yeah.
a Guido, even though you're not fucking Italian.
That's true. I am like identify
You vibe
as Italian.
Yeah.
So yeah, who do you like in this game? We got Illinois catching 3 on the road. Again, over/under is 56.5.
This is a tough one. This is basically good offense versus good defense, right? And then both the other sides of the ball.
And also, defense didn't look that good against Toledo.
No, didn't. I mean, well, first off, they let up almost 30 points, right? I mean, yeah, they let up 28 points. Like, fuck that. With Jalen Daniels back, God, it's at Kansas. They will get up for this game. I like Kansas to cover here.
Now, are you hoping, because of your gambling record, that you're almost kind of putting the bad juju on Kansas?
Yeah, that'd be great. I want Kansas to lose because Illinois is like a fun rival. I hate them in basketball, but it's kind of like they're fun. It's fine. I respect Illinois. I have no respect for Kansas.
Okay.
But I just feels like with Jalen Daniels back, yeah.
We disagree.
Okay.
I
I hope you're right.
I think Burt going to run the ball down their throat, control the ball. It's going to be ugly, but he's going to get it done. I think, obviously, like I said, week 1 to week 2, it's usually when teams make the biggest jump.
Yeah.
I'm not touching the over-under. I would typically lean under here.
Yeah, I don't necessarily love
just
it
because
either.
if Illinois, I think Illinois is going to win the game.
I mean, first off,
I'm just going to take 3 points just
Yeah.
in case. But
Illinois, Toledo, I mean, they hit the over on this week.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like, they scored 58 points. So, yeah.
But this, if Illinois is going to win, they're going to win ugly. It's going to be like a 24-17 game.
Right.
So, yeah, give me Illinois. And the points. Next up, we got Vandy catching 10.5 at Wake Forest. Over-under is 57.5.
Don't these schools kind of feel exactly the same?
Same color scheme.
Yeah. South.
Well, yeah.
Like, everything. It's just like Vandy and Wake Forest are totally interchangeable.
The Commodore, the Demon Deacon.
Yeah. They're both mascots wear a funny hat.
Wake Forest no longer in Wake Forest, North Carolina.
Hadn't been that way for a while, if
I know.
recall correctly.
But I still don't think many people know that.
I don't think anyone cares.
No,
Yeah.
probably not.
Also, I believe both pretty good baseball programs. They're kind of baseball schools
Yeah.
at this point. Wake Forest probably has the better professional.
Wake's got a solid golf team.
Yeah, they've got a better professional athlete record. In general,
I think they should rename the school, though.
to where they are now.
Mm-hmm.
Where are they? Winston-Salem,
Yeah.
Cigarette U,
Both are strong names.
Heater U.
Both are strong names.
Yeah.
Who do you like here? Vandy's already got 2 games under the belt. Haven't really looked overly impressive.
No.
Kind of, they had let Hawaii come back and backdoor.
Yeah, Vandy. I still think they're gonna jump up and bite some SEC teams. Might not beat them, but will be a nuisance of a game. But at Wake, God, that's so many points.
Wake didn't look overly impressive against Elon either. Won by 20.
Yeah, so many.
10.5's a lot for 2 teams that I think are kind of on
mid.
similar trajectories.
Yeah, like I don't love either of these teams.
And do they think like Wake's just gonna put up a bunch of points again this year?
I guess Vandy kind of has a shitty defense. I'll go. I don't know, man. God, I hate this line.
It makes no sense to me. I think it should be closer, and thus it scares me.
Yeah, I will just take Wake outright. Fuck it.
What do you mean? You're going
Like
to
10
take
and a half.
minus 10
Not
and a
going to
half.
buy a half point or anything like that.
Yeah. Nor should you.
Yeah.
That's a Cowboys out. I'm just gonna go Vandy. I think Vandy can cover easily.
Okay.
Maybe not easily. This might be a sweat.
I will say this: Vandy's defense just sucks ass,
They do.
and Wake can, I think, still put up points. So it's at home. Not that really matters at Wake Forest, but yeah, I don't know. This isn't the game that Vanderbilt's going to be feisty for.
No, we need AJ Swan to just be a little bit of a better quarterback at Vandy. It's been a little shaky the last 2 games.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. But I mean, Wake doesn't have a good defense at all.
They've got a better defense than Vanderbilt. I guess if there's one, I trust Wake more than I trust Vanderbilt.
They ain't SEC, dog.
They ain't SEC.
I'll just go Vandy though. Not to win, but just
Yeah.
they should cover 10 and a half.
Okay.
If Wake wins, they win by a touchdown, field
Yeah.
goal. Yeah. They can win by a touchdown and a field goal.
I don't like taking that line, but it's just, I don't know. Vandy could just shit their pants.
Such
so
an
bad.
unknown.
What?
It's such an unknown that I
Yeah.
don't feel great about it.
No, I don't.
Even though Vandy's played 2 games, I know nothing about Vandy.
No, I mean, watching Iowa backdoor them, and kind of hang with them before.
What do you mean?
Vandy ran off, and then Hawaii.
Yeah.
I was looking.
Iowa on
I
the brain.
I was looking at the next game.
Well, the next game's not even that.
Yeah,
Or
it
it
is.
is. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. All right, so you're going Wake. I'm going Vandy. Next up, Iowa, -4 at Iowa State. Over-under's 36.5. This is a principal play. This is kind of like how I feel about Armed Force games.
Okay,
Take the under.
you're just smashing the under.
Take the under.
What do you think? Like 14-10?
Beautiful. That's beautiful, Rob. That's a beautiful game. That's art.
I think, man, I don't want to just copy you,
You
Well-
can. Come with me. Come on this ride.
but yeah, it's feels like the type of situation where
And then even if Iowa scores, let's say 27 points, I could if they somehow blow out Iowa State, it'll be like 27-3.
they're not going to. I mean, both Iowa's defense is ranked 2nd in the country, and Iowa State's defense is ranked 11th in the country. And neither of them are A, have good offensive coaches, or B, have good offenses.
No.
It's the under is the only play here.
Brian Ferentz is going to be significantly behind the 8 ball.
Yeah, the under is. It might be 9-6, which is why I
That'll
won't.
be awesome.
Which is why I won't take the line. It's the under is the only play.
Under's the only play, I think.
Yeah.
Under or stay away.
Yeah, or just get the fuck out of there.
Just
By
don't
the
even.
way, no matter what Donald Trump does this weekend at that game, it will never be as shameful as the most shameful thing I've ever seen a politician do with regard to college football.
What's that?
Do you remember Carly Fiorina?
I don't know who that is.
Okay, so she was running for president in 2016. One of the people running for president in 2016, and she went to Stanford, and the Iowa caucus was coming up, and she openly said that she was rooting for the Hawkeyes who were playing Stanford and Christian McCaffrey in the Rose Bowl, because she was just cause she was from Stanford, went to Stanford, and she was just like
Cheering against her school.
she was like, I'm rooting for Iowa. I love my Stanford Cardinal, but I'm rooting for Iowa. And everyone was like, you dumb bitch.
You grifter.
Just root for
your
fucking
school. Yeah.
Good Lord.
Condi would never.
Connie would never. No.
What a pivot she made. Post-politics.
That's the best pivot I've ever seen.
You forget she's a war criminal.
Who isn't?
True. But she's just like she has such a foothold in all of sports. She's the first female member
Mhm.
at Augusta. She was part of the playoff football committee.
Make her the commissioner of college football.
Was she a part of the group that bought the Denver Broncos, or
No, I think she was
she was in a
part
group
of a group
lost?
that was, yeah.
Okay.
She's
Still.
I love Connie.
Like whenever there's a problem in sports, call Condi.
Call Connie every time. Ooh, this one's fun.
James Madison.
Yeah.
-6 on the road
That's so fucking funny.
at Virginia. The over-under is 41. QB Tony Muskett for the Cavaliers. questionable with a shoulder injury. If he can't go, freshman Anthony Calandria will start if he can't go.
You don't go to Virginia for the sports.
They had a decent run.
At football?
They were okay.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, they obviously they have a good basketball program.
They were in the ACC championship game not that long ago.
That doesn't mean a lot to me. They obviously have a good basketball and baseball program, but like,
Right.
yeah, it's like this is such a waste of a school in terms of football. Like that'd be a fun ass school to be good at football.
Yeah, but you have to make grades. It's good. It's a good school.
Yeah. Well, how do the baseball players do it?
Basketball's a lot easier. You have 12 guys.
Yeah, true. You don't have a lot.
Yeah.
Smaller flock.
And you have that little Tony Bennett system. Just play ugly.
Yeah. I mean, he doesn't really recruit.
I mean, why does the Ivy League do so well in basketball?
Comparatively, yeah. He doesn't recruit like dudes whose entire lives are like basketball.
No.
Because, I mean, they don't put out a lot of NBA guys. JMU being a 6-point favorite. Like, them
On the
already
road.
lapping UVA.
Year 2.
It's just... You got to take them, right? I mean, I think they roll. Because
You got your S&P up, or?
I looked a little bit. They're both close enough. The score predictions aren't out yet. But I was just looking at how they rank in offense and defense and everything. They're pretty close, but it just feels like this is a game that JMU gets up for, and that Virginia is just going to be like, God damn it. I'm taking JMU. They win by a touchdown for sure. They might win by 2 touchdowns.
Yeah. The over-under 41 is interesting.
Why do you say that?
It's not a lot of points.
Yeah. I don't think either offense is like that great.
James Madison can kind of dump it in. Good last year.
Yeah.
Are they giving a little respect to UVA's defense? I don't know. James Madison, or if maybe that's kind of a reflection of whether or not Tony's going to play. Man, you're saying 24-20 gets it done.
Okay.
Give me the over.
All right.
I'll go over.
Okay.
Not a lot of points. Next up, my Texas State Bobcats
Boy,
catching 12.5
a lot of Texas State fans came out of the woodwork last week.
at UTSA.
Put down those long.
Over under 65.5. Dude, GJ Kinney, what we tell you?
What a win.
What we tell you? He gonna put up points. He gonna be entertaining.
What a fucking win.
But the fact they beat Baylor,
That's insane.
the Dave Aranda honeymoon might be over.
Dude. That might be the worst loss in Baylor history. They're 27-point favorites almost? I think it was like 26.5 or something.
It might have been, yeah.
Like that's such a bad loss. Wasn't it at Baylor too?
I think it was weirdly at Texas State.
Oh, they demanded a home and home.
It could have been. Let me look it up. Baylor, Texas State. I wasn't paying attention super close to this game, but it was fun to. No, it was at Baylor. You're right.
Oof. Yeah, why would Baylor ever go to San Marcos? Just pop down 35.
Why did Texas Tech go to fucking Wyoming?
Why does anyone go to Wyoming? I asked that question when Missouri lost there in 2019. Why the fuck would anyone go there? Yeah, that was a crazy game. That Baylor, I think you're right. I think the Baylor honeymoon is a little bit over. They had that great year where they were, really, really close to making the playoff under Aranda, and now, I don't know. I don't know what's left. Maybe they're just rebuilding. Maybe next year they'll be incredible. And
Little blast from the past, though, and a man who is almost just solely off one game really made his image. Remember T.J. Finley? Now
No.
your quarterback at Texas State, formerly of Auburn and LSU.
Oh, you got a big shot.
Mm-hmm.
All right. How do you think that plays into this little matchup this week? Playing another Texas powerhouse.
Coming off a loss, too.
Yeah.
Lost to Houston.
Mm-hmm.
Look, I just think G.J. Kinney can put up points.
Yeah.
I always have respect for this man. Former OC at UCF. First OC under Gus Malzahn. Love to see him kind of spread his wings and do well here. And I just like having a local team I can cheer for.
It's never going to be.
I'm never going to cheer for Texas.
No,
it's just not going to happen.
Absolutely not. Those Texas State kids fucking party and have a good time, and I like them a lot.
I also just feel vindicated because some of our former coworkers or friends from Grand X, most of whom went to Texas State.
Yeah.
I was kind of hyping up GJ Kinney. I was like, yo, trust me, like, you might not be good, but you're going to be fun.
Yeah.
And they're like, whatever, man, I don't need to pay attention.
They don't care.
They don't care.
Nobody goes into the games. And by the way, they have like kind of a big stadium.
It might be more full moving forward.
This week, hey, maybe we should pop down.
Well,
for
it's
a
at
game.
UTSA.
Not this week, but I'm saying maybe we should pop down for.
We might have to go for a Texas State Bobcat game.
Yeah, why not?
I bet we can get cheap tickets.
Yeah. Probably just walk in.
The over/under is 12.5, or the over/under 65.5. The spread's 12.5. Baby, UTSA did not look good last week.
Would they score 14 points against
Wasn't
Houston?
Good. I will say though, this is going to be a team. Texas State, the Bobcats. I'm just going to take the over until I lose.
Just ride.
I'm just going to ride the over until I lose.
Okay.
Because I don't think their defense is very good, but they're going to put up points.
And
you got to think UTSA is going to have a better week.
You would hope. I mean, look, Texas State. It's not exactly like they stopped Baylor.
I'm going to take the over, and I'm going to take Texas State
To cover?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll do both. I'm going to ride the Bobcats.
I'll just take UTSA to cover. I do like the over, but I will.
No, you think they come back to reality? You think they celebrated too hard?
Well,
after that Baylor win?
UTSA needs a win.
Sure.
They're going to be pissed. They're going to come in pissed off. Texas State.
Riding high.
Yeah, but maybe riding too high. Riding too high. I'll take UTSA.
All right. Next up, Marshall, for some reason, is a 3-point favorite at East Carolina. The over-under is 44. Honestly, ECU didn't look that bad against Michigan. They held their own.
Michigan, A, I feel like they're kind of slow starters, and B, was Harbaugh there? No,
but
Harbaugh wasn't there, and also
like ECU didn't score, but that was expected.
Right.
I mean, they scored a field goal.
Michigan isn't a sling it team, though. You know what I mean? Like Michigan, I know they were, I think a year or two ago, beating people by like 70.
They could beat teams by a lot. JJ McCarthy's good.
I know he is. I love Michigan's was my natty pick, I believe. But
I don't buy that.
If they had beaten TCU last year, they win that natty last year.
Okay.
Look, and I'm a big Stetson Bennett
if they could have beaten the team that lost by 1,000 in the national championship.
Speaking of which, good Lord, TCU. It's got to be rough to be a TCU fan right now. They've let up 110 points in their last 2 games.
People were chirping them for having they put up a plaque on their stadium that said college football playoff participant or whatever. I think that's fine. It's like a Final Four.
Yeah.
It's like hanging a Final Four banner.
They're literally like hanging a Final Four banner.
They also won a game in the playoff.
Yeah. They're one of 6 schools to do that so far.
I'm cool with it. We got 2017 national champions.
Yeah, that's
on
totally
us.
valid to hang that. I don't know what people are talking about.
No, I agree. But 2017 national championship, totally valid. Cully Matrix, baby. Look it up.
Feel free to clip that, I guess. Yeah, I'm taking the road, dog.
Why? Do you have any reasoning behind a Marshall?
I'm sorry, the home dog. Is what I meant to say.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm taking the home dog.
Yeah, I think East Carolina kind of bounces back here. I think East Carolina wins the game, but I'll just take the 3.
Yeah. I there's no reason to bet money line necessarily, but maybe I'll make that my money line pick of the week. But
because I doubt it, I think their money line's probably plus 110, 115. It's not
right. It's not
juicy enough.
Yeah.
Even though I haven't really gone out on a limb yet this season to pick anything juicy.
Yeah, you're 2-0 on fucking half
1 or 2 point wins. Yeah. Next up, we got Cincinnati catching 7.5 at Pitt. The over/under is 47.
Okay.
What are we thinking about Narduzzi and company?
I don't know, man. I don't know how I feel about Pitt. They're mid AF.
Okay. Anything other than that?
They don't excite me still to this day. I kind of like the under here. Playing on the grass at Heinz Field. Cincinnati, good defense, pretty whatever on offense. I just, without,
I mean, they put up 66 against Eastern Kentucky, but
I don't care about that. They're playing a real team, real-ish team. Both are better on defense than offense.
Narduzzi, 45-7 against Wofford. Yeah, both just kind of preseason games where they get to flex their muscles.
Right.
If only Iowa got to play not Utah State, I guess. Do you think Ferentz looked at the schedule like, damn, Iowa State or Utah State's going to be kind of competitive with us?
Yeah.
Why couldn't we have like an FCS school in the schedule?
Was not great for them. Who's Pitt's starting quarterback this year?
It's the kid that transferred down from Boston College.
Jerkovich,
whatever the fuck his last name is.
It's Phil Jerkovich, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. 17 to 23, 214 yards last week. Fine. Good game. 1 TD. Did they just pound the ball in the whole time? Were they just like in the red zone and ran it in a bunch?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Give me the under.
Ben Bryant's pretty solid still. He's been there for a minute under for the Bearcats. They kind of pulled him early, threw 3 touchdowns. Miles Montgomery's a good running back. Give me the Bearcats to cover.
All right.
Pitt by a touchdown, they covered by half a point.
Would not surprise me.
You went with Pitt?
No, I went with the under.
Oh, you went with under. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
I don't really know I don't have no read on this game in terms of who's going to win it.
All right. Next up, UCF minus 3.5.
Give me your take.
At Boise, the over-under is 58.5. Like I said
This
early in
is
the
where the schedule
show,
gets real.
this is when the schedule gets real. Even though Boise got the shit kicked out of them against Washington, they battled back late in that first half, and then I think they got the ball in the second half and scored, and it was a little kind of close.
The first half was pretty even.
Yeah. I'm hoping they're a little defeated after that game, after they got their ass run out of the stadium by the second half. Washington's super good, though.
Washington
I don't really
might
take
be a
anything
top
away
5
from
team.
that. They should be. The Boise quarterback, Taylon Green, he was pretty whatever. He was pretty mid the entire time, but I imagine he'll probably still cook us a little bit because he's a little bit of a dual threat quarterback, and they always seem to cook us. Even the kid from fucking Kent State was kind of, if he had any receivers, he kind of impressed me. He was a big boy, but he could move a little bit.
Yeah.
58.5. I kind of like this under here. Because I just don't believe Plumlee's going to put up the amount of points we need to hit this over. I don't want to touch the line because I'm not super confident in us going to Boise and winning. I think we do.
Yeah.
I'm not taking the 3.5. If we win by 3.
Okay.
But I'll take the under. I can see let's go 27-24 UCF.
Right. I'm taking you guys to cover. And I think it is a 1-possession game, but I think you're up 6.
Okay.
I think you're sweating it late. I think Boise's driving. Little dual threat boys driving you crazy. But, you get to stop when you need to.
I'm just really hoping we get to see a little bit more Timmy than John.
I mean, Boise, it is really hard to get a read on Boise because that first game, we talk about Penix, but the fucking Washington has insane wide receivers too. What do you do with that?
Rome's probably an NFL receiver. The other kid on the outside is,
and they're vets too. They're not young.
Yeah,
that's a fucking.
They're loaded.
Yeah,
yeah.
So it's hard to get a read on Boise, and obviously. Plumlee's not going to be throwing darts like Penix was, per se.
He's not going to hit receivers 5 yards out. Man, you can never buy your own hype. I've been super sour on John, and then obviously the spring reports were like, oh, dude, he's slinging it.
They're always slinging
it in spring.
Fucking shit. I just tune out spring practice. Oh, here's how it looked on spring. I don't give a fuck.
Your local beat reporters are never going to say anything negative.
No. Well, what do you even say that's negative? You have to be so bad in spring practice.
For it to stick out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just stick with the under. You're going UCF. I think we win the game. I don't want to touch the
I like you
the point
guys.
spread.
I think Boise's kind of riding off past.
I don't think they're that good,
Yeah.
but it is
It's
on
a
the
name,
Smurf turf.
name brandish. I guess elevation.
That's a tough
little
place
bit.
to play, though.
It
Yeah.
is. It's no Wyoming, but it's
Right.
tough.
It's going to be tough.
Yeah.
Next up, we have Arizona catching 9 on the road at Mississippi State. Stark Vegas, over under 60. Who do you like here?
Man, this is this is interesting. 9 is a lot of points.
It is.
To the point where I'm kind of
Mississippi State looked fine last week.
Yeah.
Will Rogers had a decent game. I mean, they played Southeast Louisiana, but
I'm just, it's home. I'll just go Miss State and the over.
you're going Mississippi State in the over?
Yeah. I'll just go SEC.
You just think they play better football in the SEC?
Just, and Arizona's still a fucking mess. I know they're getting better,
No, they're getting much better.
but I just don't trust them.
Is this the year, man? I don't know. They had a decent game against Northern Arizona, the Lumberjacks. Shouts to my boy Hayden,
Give me a break.
former long snapper for Northern Arizona, former Grand X employee. Man, what do I want to ride with Arizona and the man who paid off the woman he raped? I don't know if I do.
You do you. I'm not going to say it speaks to your morals, but I think it does probably.
Not great. 9. It is a lot of points, but I will go Will Rogers. I will go with just them playing some sort of defense against Arizona. I think the over. I don't see that hitting, so I'm gonna just take Mississippi State -9.
Okay.
Yeah. Even though I am higher this year on Arizona, like I was last year.
Yeah.
Program's turning around a little bit, but they just can't compete with SEC.
Nope. Can't do it, boy.
Next up, we have UCLA -14.5. Chip and company going to San Diego State. The over/under is 49. San Diego State, Brady Hoke, 2-0 now.
Let's go.
I don't see San Diego State scoring in this game. Maybe a
Do
field
they
goal,
ever?
maybe 6.
What?
I mean, they've won the last 2 games, but I
but-
can't see them scoring. The under seems very obvious, just because I think UCLA might only put up 30.
Yeah. Why? Like, I mean, San Diego State has pretty good defense.
Yeah.
So I guess that makes sense. Good
So
lord.
I could see this being like a 30-3 game.
I mean, they only put up 20 on Ohio.
Ohio's solid.
I know. And then, I mean, letting up 28 to Idaho State.
What, San Diego State?
Yeah.
That was probably garbage time.
28?
Let's look. Let's look when those points came, because obviously we did not watch that fucking game.
They scored 13 in the first half.
Idaho State scored 15 in the fourth.
Yeah. They scored 13 in the first half. It was 20-13 in the first half.
15 in the fourth.
That's just still a lot of points for me. For Idaho State.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of points. Man, but if the over hits, it would have to be UCLA on its own.
Yeah.
So I'm just going UCLA covers.
Okay. Going under, you're going UCLA. Chip looks good, man. I think Chip, they're going to be contending for that Pac-12 championship.
Yeah, they'll certainly be
8
contending for Big 12 West or Big 10 West titles.
Yeah, certainly.
like immediately.
Like, if UCLA doesn't win 9 games this year, I'll be disappointed.
Yeah. That's a school I want to be good again, just because they're like god tier uniforms.
Just baby blue.
The baby blue and the gold.
Speaking of baby blue, man, maybe we're sleeping on North Carolina. North Carolina's a lot more well-rounded.
They fucking rolled South Carolina.
But they're more than Drake May. They might be more well-rounded than we give them credit for.
Did we eject on Mac Brown too early?
I tried not to. I tried to warn you, Mac, baby. He's the only coach now with 100 wins at 2 different schools.
Ever?
Yeah.
Wow. Look at him.
Saban didn't even do that.
That's wild. Well, he was not really
Granted, he had 2 stints at North Carolina for Mac.
true. Yeah, I had to do it
So
twice.
it's a combination.
I want to say that's interesting. Is he the
Because
winningest?
Saban was only at Michigan State for so long, LSU so long.
Is Mac Brown the winningest coach at both
Texas and North Carolina.
Is he?
He is at North Carolina.
For sure.
Certainly.
I'm sure.
I don't know. He should be at Texas too.
You would think it may be close, but he was there for a while.
Let me look.
Because it used to be at one point the only two people who were the winningest coach at two different D1 schools were Steve Spurrier and Gary Pinkel. Actually,
no, it's Royal.
Okay,
that makes more sense.
Yeah, that does. Fair enough.
The stadium's named after him.
Yeah,
But does that count?
DKR? Nah, not anymore.
Frank Crawford has the highest winning percentage. He was 5-0 in his only year.
Love that for him. Next up, we've got Auburn at Cal.
Auburn's only -6.5 on the road.
Yeah,
in Berkeley.
I think
Hugh Freeze, baby.
I think Auburn rolls. I think Hugh Freeze is back.
He never left.
He never left. All he did was buy hookers.
Just hooks.
Yeah. There's so much worse things you could do.
I mean, Pitino's back in college basketball. Hugh Freeze is back in football.
Petrino.
All is right in the world.
Yeah.
Petrino's, back in college football too. I'm still calling my shot. Him and Jimbo butt heads at one point.
Yeah, I think that's gonna end in disaster.
Like it's gonna start out really well. I think
we'll talk about them. Actually, don't they play Miami this week?
Yeah.
We might be talking about them this week.
You really have that much faith in Miami?
I don't have faith in either.
Okay. You're going Auburn here.
Yeah, I think Auburn covers.
I think Auburn does too. I'll be real. I don't really know much about Cal this year. I know I
think Cal. I guess they're joining the ACC. I'm surprised they didn't just decide to fold their athletic department.
They did score 58 against North Texas.
North Texas doesn't play defense.
No. But you gotta imagine Auburn's gonna put up points here. 54.5. Maybe you look at the over here as well.
Yeah.
Granted, that would require Cal to put up a little bit. But could you see this being like a 35-21 game? I'm gonna take the over as well.
Okay. I can see that.
I'm gonna go Auburn in the over.
Potentially. They have Cal's coach is kind of interesting. I mean, he's been there for a long time.
Yeah, Wilcox. I mean, he made he cut his teeth as the D coordinator, I believe, at Wisconsin.
He was at Wisconsin for a year. I'm looking at his resume now. He was a defensive coordinator like everywhere.
Right, but I think like his big year,
Wisconsin 2016
was Wisconsin. That's what got him the head coach.
Yeah. So, I just like Auburn to cover. Cal is. I have no faith in Cal.
All right. It is nice though that he's gotten kind of a long leash at Cal.
What else are they gonna do?
He's been there since 2017.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah, I mean Cal, they've had good football teams
in the past, kind of. They haven't been good for a while.
Marshawn.
They had Marshawn. They had Aaron Rodgers, obviously, which is so fitting. But
Okay.
They did beat Texas a couple years ago.
That's right.
Yeah, that was funny.
And then final game of the week, your Oklahoma State Cowboys -3.5 at Arizona State. The over/under is 52.5. Both teams kind of looked like dog shit last week.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Gundy right now.
I think I called this. I was like, I think by the time we play them, Oklahoma State comes to UCF, I think they're going to be a fucking train wreck.
Yeah.
And I think Gundy might be on his way out. I believe my bold prediction at the beginning of our season preview was Gundy was going to be on like a OAN correspondent.
Oh, yeah. But
by
why?
next year.
Why would they get rid of him? He's like the best coach ever
I think he's just done. Like
he's just
mentally.
over it?
I think he's over it.
He's coached for a long time because he got that job pretty young, I think.
Yeah. He was a man. He's 40.
That was 20 years ago, 15 years ago.
Yeah, he's like 50-something now.
Yeah. Yeah, they only beat Central Arkansas by 14. Obviously didn't cover in that game. Now they're on the road at Arizona State, but Arizona State has been a train wreck for years.
Had some sanctions. Barely beat Southern Utah. Won by a field goal.
And, good Lord, what the fuck even is Southern Utah?
The Thunderbirds, baby.
I gotta think Arizona State that Oklahoma State covers here. They're better coached. They've got to have better talent. I know it's on the road.
Do they?
They have to. They have to.
Why do they have to?
Because who goes to play for Arizona State?
Who goes to play for Oklahoma State?
More people. I'm going Oklahoma State covers.
All right. Well, last week, I don't know what happened, but Oklahoma State played 3 quarterbacks,
Well, they're
including Gunnar Gundy.
Yeah. They're probably just like, oh, we're going to test it out. See what's what with everybody. It's week 1, nonsense.
They scored 14 in the fourth quarter.
That's Jesus. Who knows?
They won by 14.
That's not great. Let me look if there's a QB1 controversy.
I mean, Alan Bowman's there. I don't know if he got hurt because I clearly didn't watch his fucking game.
Yeah.
Garrett Rangel got some reps, and then Gunnar Gundy came in. 7 for 9. Not
There's
bad.
Alan Bowman. Yeah. I don't know.
Do you think maybe Gundy does stay, but for his son?
Yeah,
just
it's like
goes full nepotism.
What's his fucking nuts?
Boeheim.
Yeah. Sticks around for his kid, and as soon as he's gone.
Let's see what Gunnar Gundy is right now. So he is a sophomore. He could stay. Yeah, he could stay for another 3 years and let it just coach his son.
Yeah, and then boom, you're gone. You get to retire. You've made millions of dollars, tens of millions of dollars. What's Mike Gundy's career earnings?
Who cares?
I'm just curious.
You're going Oklahoma State?
Yeah, I like Arizona State sucks. And I know Oklahoma State looked like shit, but like it just feels like.
I'm going with my home dog money line pick of the week. I'll give me the points plus 3.5, but then give me the money line.
Oh shit! Okay. I haven't even made my money line dog pick of the week yet. I guess I'll go ECU.
You go ECU?
Yeah.
All right. Like that. I'm going to go Arizona State to cover the 3.5 and then also win the game on the field.
Okay.
Really no reason to it. Just
no rhyme or reason.
Just kind of feels right.
Yeah, fair enough.
Just kind of feels right. I think Oklahoma State's going to be a bit of a train wreck this year. I don't know. Spencer Sanders transferred to Ole Miss and then just didn't win the job.
That's pretty funny.
Didn't make any sense. But yeah, that's kind of all I got. Do you want to do? We didn't do it last week, but do you want to go with kind of a off the script wild card game?
Yeah. Well, first off, I want to say one of my always outside the top 25 darlings is playing a game we usually can't talk about. I think you should sprinkle SMU money line at Oklahoma this week, and I think you should definitely smash the over. SMU at OU.
Definitely smash the over, but dude, Oklahoma looked good last week.
I don't care.
It's when Dylan Gabriel's playing not good teams, not great teams.
Yeah,
he puts up numbers. I think Oklahoma's gonna beat the fuck out of a lot of teams, but then once they play anybody with a pulse, well, not a pulse, but like a semi-decent team, they're gonna get rolled.
Fair enough. I'll give you for my random game. Missouri right now is minus 20.5 for playing Middle Tennessee State.
Mm-hmm.
I think they cover that because Brady Cook will be playing basically the entire game.
Minus 20.5?
Yeah.
All right. For my money line pick, I'm looking at some games here just something that feels right, just looking at it. We got Ohio and FAU. We got Tom Herman and company in Boca Raton.
Let's go.
Do they cover the 5.5? I think so. I think Tom Herman with a big win in Boca. A biblical beatdown. Your Florida Atlantic Owls take it home.
Now, can we talk about one more game that I am surprised you didn't put on here? But
Which game?
Because it's the funniest game of the week.
Which game? I might have just missed it.
UTEP is a 1.5 point favorite on the road at Northwestern.
That is pretty funny. Oh no. Oh no.
Have the wheels just completely come off
Rutgers, I mean, smoked them.
in Evansville? Yeah. The UTEP? You're a home dog to fucking UTEP?
Not good. Not good.
That is. I'm so happy that there's so many sports journalists who just hate their lives right now.
Wilbon, Ravel,
Yeah.
especially Ravel.
Yeah.
Fuck Ravel.
Does UTEP cover on the road at Northwestern?
The answer is yes. UTEP wins that game.
Let's go. Yeah. Oh, there's actually another funny one, too. I wanted to talk about this real quick, too.
It's not an official pick, but yeah,
Yeah.
a little bonus.
This one's interesting to me because, you know, they were a little feisty week 1. Another home dog, UMass, +7 at home against Miami, Ohio.
UMass put up points, won their first game. Looked decent. Although, did they play last week too?
Yeah, they got smoked by Auburn.
Oh, they did. No, they didn't play Auburn.
Yeah, they did.
Are you sure?
Pretty positive. They lost 59-14 to Auburn, who did start slow against UMass for what it's worth.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. At
Yeah,
Auburn.
Okay, yeah, you're right. But it's Auburn.
Right.
Miami of Ohio, UMass. You would think the Red Hawks would bounce back here.
It feels like a game they win by
I don't know why you brought this up.
a touchdown.
Yeah, no, UMass should be, or UMass should lose by probably 14.
Yeah. I thought it was interesting. It was
Okay.
a small line for UMass.
I think because people are scared of that first game.
Yeah.
They straight up beat New Mexico State.
Yeah, I think people are afraid of it, but I like Miami, Ohio to roll at
Yeah.
UMass.
All right, well, I think that's all we got for this week.
Let's go.
Thanks for tuning in. If hopefully we don't see your team on our dock next week, but at least for your sake. But
For your sake, yes.
we'll talk about them.
See you.